Now I'm going to tell you my most favorite strategy, which really helped me to rapidly learn a lot of vocabulary and English sentence structures, right? Reading your favorite English books repeatedly. Okay, how can you learn syntax and sentence structuring and vocabulary, all of these things rapidly, very fast? In 3 months, imagine you add thousands of words to your vocabulary. How is that going to happen? Because when you're trying to just remember vocabulary, it is very hard, right? You, as many of you have already found. So reading the same book again and again helped me to achieve this. Okay, whatever I'm telling you is not imaginary. This is tried and tested, and tried and tested not only by me, later by my students. I read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. By chance, I bought this book, convinced my father to buy this book, and then I brought it home, and then I read it. And first time I read it, I remember I read I read an entire evening for hours, and I could read only 30 pages because every other sentence while I'm reading, I can understand the words that are written there, right, in different sentences. Still, it was very good prose, it was a very good story, right? So even if I was understanding only part of the story, and I had read any of the previous Harry Potter books, I was reading the fourth book in the series directly, and when I was reading it, it was very captivating story. So even if I could not understand all the words, I was still enjoying whatever I could understand. Okay, have you ever read a book like this? Did you try to read a book where you could not understand a lot of words? Did it happen to you? I will tell you what you did at that time. You gave up, you stopped reading the book. You said that I will learn more English, then one day I'll read it. Yes or no? Did you actually keep reading even though you could not understand half of it? Okay, I did that. Okay, so if you did that, very good. Now, but doing that once is not enough. Okay, every time I read the book 30 times, by the way, 30 times a single book. Okay, I reread the same book 30 times. Why? I realized that this is how I'm going to learn English. Every time I reread it, I will get some new parts of the story I did not understand earlier. Okay, so if I reread the same book and some part I could not understand earlier, next time I could understand. But I started to understand the meaning of a lot of words intuitively. If I saw the word yell, Y-E-L-L, yell, okay, in many different, I didn't know the meaning of it, and I did not even look at the dictionary. But if I saw this word in different contexts, in different sentences again and again and again, then I started realizing, oh, yelling means some kind of shouting. Okay, if I read the word green, Grin, green, again and again and again, I started realizing green is some kind of laughing or smiling or something like that. So I started realizing what grinning or green means. But it is a very effective way to learn words, and you'll never forget these words when you learn it like this. Okay, because you are learning the contextual meaning and contextual use of those words. You know the problem when you read a vocabulary list, let's say you open the dictionary and start learning new words randomly, you don't know how to use that word and you'll never use that word. You don't learn how to use that word. But when you are learning the way I'm telling you, you are learning the contextual meaning of the word. Stop worrying about what a word means. Do not feel defeated if you don't know the meaning of the word, right? Go through it and you know that you're going to see this word again and again and again. And when you see the same word again and again and again, and you are understanding however much you can understand, right? And you keep reading, your brain starts getting into the process, into the zone where it starts teaching the language itself. Your brain can learn many things. Also, I picked up a lot of common syntax and sentence structures that I could then use myself. I was reading like this. Then when somebody in school they'll ask me to write an essay or something, I will use, because those language, because of reading the same thing again and again, it is in my head now and I can use it. They become your own when you reread it so many times. Will it happen if you read it only once? No. If you read it twice, will it happen? No, it won't happen. But if you read it many times, maybe 10, 12, 15, 30 times, it will happen. I recommend that you take your most favorite English novel and reread it at least 10 times in the next 3 months. Okay, watching a movie on repeat and repeating the dialogues. This is my next crazy idea, which has really helped me to learn to speak. Even when my vocab improved a lot, like I knew more words than normal people. Okay, like I actually memorized a whole lot of words. I don't recommend you do that, but I memorized a dictionary at one point, and grammar became good, vocabulary became really good, and still I was not able to speak. So if you think that someday, because your vocabulary would improve a lot and you will be able to speak, that is wrong. That is not how it works. You can have really good vocabulary, you can have really good written English, okay? Your grammar can be perfect, okay? I don't recommend you memorize a dictionary, not necessary, okay? Do what I'm asking you to do. So learning, you don't have to make the mistakes I have made, right? So learning to speak was still very, very hard. So then I found a solution. So I thought that if I could learn words like this by repeatedly reading a book, then maybe I can learn to speak if I repeatedly speak. As simple as that. The only way to train your brain to speak is to speak a lot of times. Okay, if you speak a lot of times, your brain improves in terms of speaking, and you have no reason and occasion to speak, which is the biggest problem. How many of you are, if you are not already speaking good English, one big reason is that at home people don't speak English. So where do you speak in English? Where is the opportunity to go and speak in English? In class, if you speak in English, people will make fun of you. If with friends, if you talk to them in English, they'll say अंग्रेज का बच्चा है क्या, right? A lot of problems. So where do you speak in English? Without judgment, safe environment, it's not there. Very big problem. The people who speak English, if you speak to them in wrong English, they'll make fun of you, right? So all kind of problems. So when you repeat movie dialogue, somebody saying before mirror, that's an idea. But even if you are repeating before mirror, you might be practicing the wrong words and wrong things and make it worse, right? So when you repeat movie dialogues, you learn delivery, because you are not only learning the words, but you're also learning delivery. You're learning tonality and sentence structures. Okay. So I'm saying that you take a movie, you watch the whole movie. Okay. For me, it was James Bond movies. I really like James Bond movies, and it's British, English, pretty good. You can follow the same, or you can take some other one that you like. That's also okay. I watched all the James Bond movies this way, and I will not watch it only once. I'll watch it once so that I know the story, so that I'm not, of course, the first time you're watching the movie, you have to watch the whole movie, right? Second time I'll watch it, and this time I'll pause every dialogue. So when you repeat movie dialogues, okay, so basically what you're going to do is that pick movies with subtitles, by the way, so that you're not getting it wrong. And these days in Netflix, everything has subtitles and all. So you have to pick movies with subtitles so that you don't get the dialogue wrong, and you're going to repeat the dialogue. Okay, you're going to pause and repeat the dialogue. So somebody said something, okay, so imagine you're watching James Bond, and Goldfinger, this villain, is saying that, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." So you pause it and you say, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." Okay. Every time somebody is saying something, you pause it and you repeat it. Okay. It may be funny, but it works. Okay. And you will pick up ways of speaking. You will pick up, you're training your brain to speak, by the way. The moment you start speaking like this, and you have done this with 10 movies, 20 movies, you will drastically improve your speaking skill. Okay. And you'll also rapidly sharpen your listening and comprehension skills if you follow this. So the next one is, this is the fourth practice. Start journaling in English. This is the fourth practice, or fifth. This is the fifth practice, the final practice. Okay. Start journaling in English. How many of you know what is journaling? What is journaling? Writing a diary, right? So imagine you're writing a diary. Then what will you write in it? Okay, about the day, about whatever you feel, about your realization. So journaling is the same, but you don't have to take a diary actually and write. You can write it anywhere. You can write on a Word document, on Google document, wherever. Okay, so journaling is a self-exploratory writing. You write about your own life, observations, experiences. You write down things that are on your mind, right? And journaling is a very good self-development tool. If you do journaling, it's not only English, it will help you in many other ways. Okay, if nothing else, you can answer questions like, what was good about today? What am I going to do tomorrow? What do I like about my life? What am I grateful about in my life? These kind of things you can write. Okay, basic, it's self-exploratory writing. What is going on in your mind? And you have to write it in English for 90 days. Make sure that you journal every day for 20 minutes a day, not much. In the morning you can do this, at night before sleeping you can do this, but either of these two times you spend 20 minutes writing a journal for 90 days. So write whatever comes to your mind, but in English, as you and try to structure it if possible. Try to make it question answer, with some structure, introduction, middle, end. That kind of structure you try to provide. As you start writing your thoughts, you'll rapidly develop an ability to express your thoughts in English. Now, if you are practicing writing down your complex thoughts in English, okay, then this is what will develop an ability for you to think in English and express complex things in English.